Howdy folks, welcome to this week's Ag Report. So this week, not going to have just a whole lot of pictures to show you, but I had a really educational and very neat opportunity. I got to take part in going into some of the Texas prison system. I got to spend a day in the Ellis unit down at Huntsville and the Wayne unit down at Huntsville. I know probably what comes to mind is license plates when you think about prison and prison industries, things like that. Well, I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I learned and how much agriculture is going on in the Texas prison system. So the prison system, they have about 145,000 inmates that they were, the warden was telling us. Obviously, it takes a lot of food and fiber and money to house those. The warden said that because of the farming system that they have in place in Texas, it only costs about $2.75 to feed each inmate 3 times a day. So that's $2.75 for 3 meals. In comparison, he shared with us that other states may be spending upwards of $15 a day to feed those same 3 meals. Now let me share with you how they do that. So years and years ago, our forefathers set up and bought a lot of good farming land there along the river in Huntsville. They have about 14,000 acres of cropland. So we'll start with cotton. They raise about 6,000 acres of cotton. They have their own cotton gin, they have their own textile mill, and their own garment factory. So what that means is they're raising that cotton, they're ginning it, they're milling it, and we went through their garment factory. They make all the uniforms for the guards and the employees there. They make all of the jumpsuits for the prisoners and the inmates. They also have all the cotton in their mattresses and their pillows. We went through their mattress factory. So they are also making their own bed linens and their beds there. They also have, kind of as an employee benefit, they make box springs and mattresses, king, twin, custom sizes for their employees. It was really fascinating to see the complete circle of going out there and seeing the cotton field. We went through the cotton gin, and we went through the mattress factory and the garment factory, and then to see the guards that were escorting us around in those finished products. So not only do they do that with their cotton, but their grains. They have 2 feed mills in the operation. They make their own dog food, their own horse food, their own pig feed, their own cattle feed for all of their operation. They run about 11,000 mama cows and around 500 bulls to service those cows. They have their own meat processing facility. This is all inmate run, remember. So the inmates are doing all of these things. They have about 3,000 sows that go all back into the prison meals. I believe they told me they have Italian sausage, breakfast sausage, and summer sausage along with the pork products that they make. They have laying hens that go back into, the eggs go back into the breakfast meals there at the prison system. They have a 3,000 acre vegetable garden. So they raise an assortment of vegetables. They have their own cannery to can those vegetables so that they can use them year round, and they provide about 75% of the vegetables that they need. So they're not having to spend taxpayer dollars to buy very many vegetables back into that system. So it was really interesting, and I had no idea there was so much that was being reused back into that system. Now, that saves us a whole lot of money, but the other thing is the inmates working in these different prison industries learn a skill and learn a trade. And the warden told us that the inmates that are in those industries, only 6% turn back around and they'll see them again. In other words, they're a repeat offender. That opposed to about a 27% turnaround in the general population. So that's a huge reduction in number. These inmates get certified in different skills. Some of the other things that we got to see, they have a bus rehabilitation facility, or bus barn they called it. So if you're a school district, you have an option. You can go buy a $180,000 new bus, or you can send your bus down there and have it refurbished for around $50,000. The manager was telling us. They repaint it, they reupholster every seat in there, they put new floors in, new engine, new transmission. The buses that we saw coming out of there, they were 1990 models, that kind of stuff. They looked brand spanking new. You really had to look to see that that wasn't a brand new bus when it was rolling back out of there. So a huge savings on these school districts that take advantage of that opportunity. Of course, we went through the license plate factory. It's mind-boggling, the plates that Texans need to put on their cars and coming through there. We went through their, they call it their graphics factory. So elected officials and things like that are making business cards or invitations, plaques for employees, that kind of stuff. We saw all of that. Those inmates can be certified in different technologies there, so that when they are released, they can go seek out jobs in different printing operations, and the employers can see the education that they've got for that. We also went to their molding factory, where they make all their own dishes and plates and forks and knives, and they call them tumblers or glasses, that kind of stuff. When they get damaged, they have a machine that chews that back up, remelts it into little pellets, and then it goes right back into that machine and makes another one. So it is really, really neat. I wish I could have taken pictures of all of this kind of stuff, but I was allowed nothing but my ID when I went inside the gates. But it was really a neat experience, very eye-opening, very educational. So I just wanted to kind of share that with y'all. So next time y'all think about the prison system and those inmates and things, I hope that something other than license plates comes to mind, and those guards, those wardens, those employees of that system, they are working really hard to diligently use your tax dollars and generate their own income to finance the system. The rates that it costs Texas is very low compared to other states that don't have a prison industry system like we do here in Texas. And a lot of them come and look to see what Texas is doing. So very proud to be a Texan. Our forefathers were very wise in what they did and how they set this system up and everything. I hope y'all enjoyed learning some of these tidbits in there. Y'all take care now.